The collapse of Binance will cause a mass destruction in the crypto space. It will destroy any remaining trust in the crypto industry, leading to a further sell-off and the end of many crypto projects, possibly including some significant ones. On March 4, 2023, we made a video about Binance being in trouble. We talked about Binance losing 15% of its assets and its habit of not disclosing sensitive financial information. We will leave that video in the description below. Please check it out after you're done watching this video.
Crypto industry versus the SEC.
This is actually a straightforward securities case, but it's in the context of crypto. It's built, the whole business model is built on non-compliance with the US securities laws. And we're asking them to come into compliance, and they're going a bit of catch us if you can.
The US Department of Justice was apparently looking into Binance in 2018 and considering filing charges for alleged money laundering and sanctions offenses. Binance had broken the law by failing to register with the Treasury Department or establish stringent anti-money laundering rules, despite the fact that 1/3 of its users were based in the US. On the other hand, the Singapore police force had reportedly launched fraud investigations into Binance after the country's monetary authority rescinded the company's application to run an exchange in the country. The platform was banned from operating in the UK by the Financial Conduct Authority last year, but Binance retaliated against authorities and the media, claiming that the US Department of Justice inquiry was incorrect. The similarities between the time before the FTX crash and Binance's current circumstances are becoming more apparent as speculation over Binance's future continues to grow.
We have two former officials of Binance US coming forward, and actually we now understand that they have been working with regulators and the government generally to help the government understand how Binance US was not separate and distinct from Binance International, and how much CZ controlled Binance US, and how much of Binance's data was in China, and how much commingling of funds there were.
Recently, a court filing accused Binance of secretly sending billions of dollars worth of customer funds between companies controlled by Zhao. This is the same shady tactics that was done by Sam Bankman-Fried.
There's no positive indication that Binance isn't pulling all the same shady tactics that we've seen from all of these centralized crypto players.
Bear in mind, there are 13 civil charges in total, including an accusation of Zhao secretly controlling the Binance US platform, despite claiming to have no involvement in it. The SEC also charged Binance and its linked entity, BAM Trading Services, with operating unregistered securities. In the SEC's eyes, the smoking gun is Binance's former chief compliance officer saying to another colleague over text in 2018, "We are operating as a F-word unlicensed securities exchange in the USA, bro." Binance has vehemently denied the accusations, saying in a statement, "While we take the allegations in the SEC's complaint seriously, they should not be the subject of an SEC enforcement action, let alone on an expedited basis." This whole thing really damaged Binance, because on Thursday night, Binance announced on Twitter that U.S. customers will no longer be able to use U.S. dollars to buy crypto on the platform as early as June 13, hobbling the exchange's ability to do business in the U.S. after both payment and banking partners signaled their intent to pause USD fiat channels. Binance blamed the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's unjustified civil claims against their business. The exchange said it had preemptively disabled customers' ability to buy and deposit U.S. dollars. But you may be asking yourself, which U.S. banks had a relationship with Binance? According to records Binance submitted to the SEC, the exchanges disclosed Axos Bank, Cross River Bank, and the failed Silvergate, Signature, and Silicon Valley banks. These banks processed billions of dollars in transactions for the U.S. exchange, according to documents Binance provided to the SEC. But this banking partners had already stopped serving Binance, and it is not clear which banking partners Binance retained.
The US SEC is suing Coinbase, accusing the crypto platform of not following broker registration rules to trade crypto products. that the regulator alleges are securities.
And also, on top of the SEC action, Coinbase is also facing some legal action from individual states. For example, yesterday, Alabama has given Coinbase 28 days effectively to explain how it's not violating securities rules as well with its so-called staking program here. So
the very next day, it was Coinbase, with the SEC filing a lawsuit against the U.S. crypto exchange, accusing it of similar misconduct to Binance. The top financial watchdog claims Coinbase, which holds $130 billion in assets, has been operating unregistered securities and has Coinbase's stalking as a service program in its crosshairs. The SEC said Coinbase has for years defied the regulatory structures and evaded the disclosure requirements that Congress and the SEC have constructed for the protection of the national securities markets and investors. Coinbase rebutted the claims, saying the SEC's reliance on an enforcement-only approach in the absence of clear rules for the digital asset industry is hurting America's economic competitiveness, and that the company had demonstrated a commitment to compliance.
It's really unfortunate. I think we're going to have to actually end up going to court to get the clarity we need and create that case law. It's an abdication of responsibility. I mean, the regulator's job is to publish a clear rule book and allow that market to be safe, but also to flourish in that country. And I think they've completely abdicated responsibility.
Investors are worried that this could turn out to be a years-long battle. We've seen with Ripple, for example, and the SEC, this is been going on for some time. Are you prepared for a battle with the SEC of this kind of length?
Absolutely. I mean, we never seek litigation, but it seems in this case that they have initiated it. And if we need to get the courts to get the clarity that we need, then we're very prepared to do that. I think the law is on our side, and the SEC has to follow rule of law. I think their actions would not be sympathetic to a jury. And so we're very prepared for this. We're going to court to win, just to be clear. I think we have a very strong case, and that's exactly what we intend to do.
Following the impact from FTX's collapse, where crypto wonder kid Sam Bankman-Fried is now accused of defrauding and deceiving investors, the SEC has been very busy trying to regulate the cryptocurrency market. The sector has been involved in litigation as a result of the regulator's over 30 enforcement actions connected to cryptocurrencies. The SEC sued cryptocurrency trading companies Genesis Capital and Gemini over their crypto loan scheme, which the SEC claimed should have been registered as a security. This dispute was one of the most significant ones. Due to the FTX repercussions, clients were unable to withdraw money from the two businesses. A month later, it filed a lawsuit accusing Terraform Labs, the company behind the TerraUSD stablecoin and the doomed Terra Luna coin, and its CEO Do Kwon of scamming investors. Kim Kardashian experienced the full force of the regulatory agency when the SEC sued the reality star for failing to disclose the compensation she received for promoting Ethereum Max's EEMAX coins. Kardashian forfeited $1.26 million in penalties. In an intriguing turn of events, some now believe that cryptocurrency trading company Ripple may prevail in its lawsuit after the SEC sued the company in 2020 for using its XRP token to operate unregistered securities. A victory for the cryptocurrency industry would have a significant impact on the other current cases. But these two latest cases against arguably the biggest names in crypto, Binance and Coinbase, sends a message that the SEC isn't resting until it's gotten to the bottom of the situation.